Good hello and welcome back to yet another installment of Wargaming eh, Whenever. The show that I named when I was feeling like absolute shit and couldn't be bothered coming up with a proper name. And that is our one swear for the first 3 minutes so that Google does not
And we're
demonetize us.
demonetized.
Well, that was quick. On the bright side, we can say whatever we like now without fear of being demonetized. So that is fantastic news. It looks like it's just me and Cal for now. Mitch may be joining a little bit later, but at this stage it is just the two of us. Um,
And
and
Zach is going through the new Leagues of Boltan
I,
codex because he is very excited to play them, being our resident meta player.
this is true. Although I thought tonight he was actually on the Semitic community like training course for not being a shithead.
Oh, you mean the one that HR put him into?
Yeah, that one. We kid. But also don't be a dick to people based off of things that they can't control. That's just rude. Don't do that.
Do something that they
Demons.
can control, like religion.
Yeah. Wait. No, we're not going to get into that. This is wargaming, not politics. We're not getting into that.
Sunday.
That's actually tomorrow night. We had to move that one to tomorrow night because we want to talk about the Queen, and Mitch really wants to talk about the Queen, and he's going out of town for like a week. So
I'm a little sick. No. We digress.
No.
Warhammer tonight.
if you want to hear us talk about politics, tomorrow night, Down Under Politics is the name of the channel I set up for that. It will all that stuff's over there.
And I'll be in the chat talking about Nostradamus and his predictions.
Look, we just finished the political compass test. It took us like 4.5 hours to do the damn test because we had to argue over every question. But anyway, wargaming stuff.
Wargaming.
Demons, they're sick. Look, it's pink. It only took 4 different shades of pink to paint it. I love it. It's great. I'm not going mad with pink at the moment.
Jono now just needs to buy 2 more boxes to paint them blue.
I have the blue ones though. I don't need to get more blue ones.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't. And you know why? I tested this on the weekend against Death Guard. You don't have to worry about it because the entire squad just gets wiped out. It's not a problem. If you don't bring enough blue horrors, just charge the pink horrors into Mortarion, and it's not a problem anymore.
And so this is where GW is really committing to diversifying the 40k community, because now even the poor players that can't afford the models that they need can join.
Yeah, just charge your pink horrors into Mortarion. Problem solved. You don't need blue horrors or brimstone horrors because you're not going to make that roll.
It's like charge rolls. I never make 9-inch charge rolls, ever.
No one makes 9-inch charge rolls ever.
Like, I'm a ridiculously hot roller and never get it ever.
That's why you take a Calus Assassin, you roll a 1 on your deep strike, so you're 4 inches away, and then you still fail that charge.
I think the assassins are going to start to become a little bit more relevant with how necessary it is to take out HQs and what's the other thing? And psychic.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're 2 very big things in demons.
Oh, look, we do have a Zach. He was not supposed to be joining us, but he is. He's here. Did the Semitic community sensitivity class end early?
I'm not fucking anti-Semitic.
we didn't know if HR had sent you to the course or if you were preparing your squats list for the next meta GT.
Yes, I am a big fan of the meta. I love the meta so much.
Zach loves the meta. It's fantastic.
He is our resident meta player.
Famous for it, in fact.
Very famous for it. He has the big advantage of actually reading the whole rule.
That does help. Yeah. I will concede.
I know you'll concede at least 3 times a turn.
And see, the hilarious part is Zach actually went and played metagames just with his humor. People would actually think he's forfeited. Like, and they would probably, like, we are starting to talk about those guys in the meta. They would probably call over a judge and say, no, this guy said he conceded. The game should be over and I've won.
It's like, no, I concede every time anything happens.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I killed your guys. I concede.
If I roll less than a 2 and you roll more than a 4, I will concede.
Yes. I will continue playing, but I've conceded. As is custom.
That's what I'm saying. Like those actual guys in the meta, 100%. I reckon they would start to call over judges to say, look, this guy has actually given up. He's forfeited.
I gave up on life years ago, so you know.
And this is why none of us play in the meta except for Chris, who's going to a tournament this weekend, and his list is disgusting.
Ironically,
I know it is, but I hate it.
Ironically, it's the "Are you okay?" list, because nobody is going to be okay after squats enter official play.
Look, squats are going to get squatted again so fast.
It's like, look, we brought them back. That was a fucking mistake.
Okay,
they've gone back to being eaten by tyrannies.
Here's your book, fellas. Don't ask for another one for another 30 years.
Yeah, basically.
This one's got to last you.
The only one they're getting. Which
this is it.
I'm completely okay with this.
Look, some of their rules are ridiculous. It's not even some. It's all of their rules are ridiculous.
Look, I'm looking forward to fighting them about 4 months after release once they get their FAQ.
I honestly don't think it's going to be 4 months. I don't think they're going to be hammered big time in the quarterly FAQ after a book release, because they're a brand new faction and there's at least 2 waves of models coming for them.
Look,
maybe
it's hard to say. It is hard to say because
it is going to break competition. Like we were saying the other day, I have only ever seen the highest I've ever seen a win rate is about 76% from memory. It might be a touch high, but that's roughly it.
That was gross.
Squats. And it was ridiculous because just about every top 10 list was almost exactly the same. And
So
this was for Harlequin, and then Tyranids outdid them. But this book is just got to be the worst written, worst balanced book that GW have ever brought out.
What was that we were saying? Was it last week or the week before when we were like, oh, GW's finally figured out how to write balanced codexes. The last couple have been really, and then they go and do, fuck's sake.
And then they go and release it.
And then this happens.
It's just, why? Why is this? Like, why is this?
They've gotten just about almost every key part from the majority of top tier factions modified and combined.
Yeah, it's basically like, okay, we are Iron Warriors and we also have Armor of Contempt, even though we're not Space Marines, but also we're Tau, and also we're Price Like Sisters, and also fuck you.
And don't forget, we can return models.
Mm-hmm.
So they're also necrons.
But like, yeah.
Yes, but also no, because they're basically every squad can have an apothecary.
Basically, yeah. They get D3 returned. Or D3 healed. But and we're talking
So
2
gross.
wounds on most things. Toughness
Mind
is
you,
generally 4 to 5.
The Death Guard have a literal chaos apothecary that can't bring anyone back.
To be fair, you're already dead. You can't get deader.
You can, in fact, get deader.
Look, speaking of not getting deader,
but John, I'm not finished yet. They don't have normal weapons, which means they don't suffer any penalties for moving and shooting or advancing and shooting. Let's just advance and shoot my heavy weapon. Well, it would be a heavy weapon, but I'm a fucking space dwarf.
yes.
And let's make that worse. Now we have a grudge against you, but 3 grudges, and now I'm auto wounding on a 4. It's now counting as a 6, and I'm doing D3 plus 3 damage
wounds.
that spills.
Look, I'd rather they didn't.
I ignore any modifiers to my move, advance, and charge, but it's army wide. It's not just infantry like Death Guard. It's basically
wide.
look.
But
I
wait,
hate that.
we have auto advance on everything.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then if you're a bike, you also get a 12-inch pre-game move as well as OBSEC.
Look, I think it's time for squats to get squatted again. They're not even out yet, and they need to be squatted again.
They need to be squatted. It's true. I have
Tune in next week to our Horus Heresy podcast.
Yeah, because that's the new game, baby.
Everybody has decided they're not playing 40k, so they want to move to the one mechanic system in the future that does not have squats.
Everything is balanced in Heresy, well, mostly balanced, because everything is Space Marines.
It's still not balanced.
I mean, I haven't read the rules. Apparently, there are some issues here and there that could use an FAQ. Yeah. I mean, I'm basing this story off Steve from Mountain Miniatures / Wargaming.
Fucking Steve.
The Mountain himself.
Speaking of mini Wargaming, I recently found out that Dave is a director.
Yeah, him and Matt started it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that his movies were terrible, but I tried to watch one last night. Tried.
Oh, you mean a director, literal director? Yeah, he gives it a go.
I mean,
look,
I think I'm director of the company. I'm like, yeah, him and Matt started. Duh.
No. He's got movies on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, he's done a couple of things, and he's also there was someone made him like a Chaos movie, and he was a Chaos Marauder in it, which he enjoyed.
Yeah,
I'm sure he enjoyed
like
that.
Dave's 80,000 points of chaos or something like that.
Yeah, no, and yeah, he has so much chaos. Like
so much chaos.
I'm going to turn the camera now because I've given up on eating. He has literally an ungodly amounts of chaos.
I remember reading the post. Didn't it take him like 2 or 3 hours just to set up the models for?
Oh yeah,
shot?
pretty much. I remember he did when I first started watching them a few years ago. He did a video because they all kind of did videos like, oh, why I love fucking whatever army or faction that I play the most, and there's a lot of chaos then. And now he's like, how much chaos do you have? Yes.
That is a valid answer.
Man, we're just lucky that he's not an Ultramarine player because he would have broken the Codex law.
Yes, no, we can't have that. But yeah, no, he basically has a full army of. He's basically got full Death Guard, full Thousand Suns, so much corn. Obviously,
he has at least 3 models or 3 boxes of just about everything that's been released in 40k.
Pretty much. He's just like, I like chaos. I buy chaos.
All the chaos. And we have to remember this collection started well before he started doing anything on the internet. Like this is paid for. This is all out of his pocket. This isn't
most
stuff
of
that
it
he's
is
been given. Yeah, it's a lot. It's ridiculous.
I mean, like there's some parts of it, like the word bearers and stuff like that are, and I think the word bearers and the Alpha Legion were purchased because of mini Wargaming, but they're also technically his sort of thing.
I mean, he owns half the company, so
yeah, technically everything is half his, but no, like it was like they're his armies.
Fun. How mad is Chaos? Chaos is amazing. You know what's really fun? Charging pink horrors into Mortarion. Wait, no, we already covered that. It ends badly. On the bright side, you don't need to worry about not having enough blue horrors if you do that.
Obviously this was last week at some point, but also duh.
Look, I made some dumb decisions in that game, and I won't do that again.
Oh right, that's on the weekend. You charge pink. Why would you charge horror? I mean, like, generally speaking, charging anything into Mortarion that isn't a nightmare is ill-advised.
Mortarion was only supposed to have 1 or 2 wounds left before they attacked.
You're supposed to.
But I proceeded to whiff my Demon Prince really badly because he was supposed to do Cornate stuff, but then he didn't do Cornate stuff, which sucked.
Yes, he's not very good at doing Cornate stuff, I must admit.
No, I'm thinking I might just take more Demolisher Cannons.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
All right, you can take one more Demolisher Cannon,
I can take one more Demolisher Cannon.
which is not Demolisher. It's not more Demolisher Cannons. It's Cannon. One.
Yeah, so an additional Demolisher Cannon.
You know what else is
No,
canon?
it's a singular cannon. What cannon is little kitten fucking
No, it's not.
What also is canon is a handful of Harlequin destroying
yes, it is.
a Legion of Custody.
That is definitely canon.
like yes. The
Look, you know what-
like look, I'm not like I'm far from some sort of Imperium shill. Like
He is so an Imperium shill. and
I
you all
am
know
not an
it.
Imperial shill. I will never play Space Marines, and I'm not one of those people who's like, well, of course, Cato Sicarius and 100 Space Marines from the Ultramarines destroyed an entire Tomb World and an entire Tower expansion sphere. Space Marines are amazing. It's like, no, they're fucking not that amazing, cunt. There's
They're
no
not even
way.
plentiful.
There is no way
Yes,
that
there is.
6 fucking clowns
It
killed
definitely
that
happened.
many custodies.
Yeah, but if
It
we went
definitely
through this the other day,
No, yeah, we've been through this, and you're like, oh, but they're still like, no.
if Custodies were that good, though, the Emperor would not be
No,
basically
we've
dead
had
on
this
his
discussion
chair.
as well.
They're his
Custodian-
bodyguards. They didn't do what they were supposed to do.
No, he told them to fuck off.
You know what else they failed to do that they were supposed to do? Stop the
Yes, they
Legion
failed
falling.
to stop their word bearers from doing their thing.
Yeah,
It's
right under
almost
their
like they
noses.
were ambushed by like
It
An
happened
ambush
right
doesn't
under
matter.
a
their
company of
noses.
They had
Space
golden.
Marines, and by they I mean one. One custody could not kill over like 100 Space Marines.
Yes,
We
so
know
I
that's
am
not-
because
shocked
a
by
handful
this
of
turn of
clowns
events.
can kill thousands.
Yes. So the
Oh,
hierarchy
God.
goes like this. The hierarchy goes like this. Clowns, word bearers, custodes.
We'll
And
see
now
how
we
you-
have demons and grey knights because their demon slayer abilities
what
do
the
nothing.
fuck?
Yeah, the gameplay doesn't do anything.
It's so dumb. Come on,
Look,
GW, fix that, please. It's so fucking
Yeah. Anyway,
dumb.
we'll see how you feel about that when Cal finally finishes assembling and painting my army.
Look,
Like, it's not happening. No, nah.
Look, I'm through the worst part. The sisters are complete.
good hello,
Assemble.
Mitch. Welcome.
A fourth party.
You made it. We were just talking.
Whomstead
About,
is this man?
we were just
Oh,
talking
he's
about
a-
how
Oh, I
the
see Black
custodes
Templars.
suck.
Oh, we don't like him.
the custodes suck and how they got dusted by like 6 clowns.
Don't fucking talk about that. It never happened.
Definitely happened.
This isn't canon.
It
It
is
is
canon.
canon. It's law.
It's
I'm
definitely
fucking
canon.
terrible law is what it is.
It's so good. It's the best law ever written.
No, it's not.
And it's definitely better than the Night Haunter book. That is terrible. I got 3/4 of the way through and just
You
Put
start
it
reading
down.
it. That's weird because
yeah.
from my understanding, Garley's all right.
I can't take to it. The setting's terrible. The writing does not convey anything magical.
I mean, admittedly,
Magical is a
haven't-
weird word, but
I think he's only written a couple of heresy books, and I haven't got up to that part yet because I've been a bit lax in my heresy reading.
to be
Well-
fair, that's fucking heaps of them.
There is a couple. There is at least one.
Look, I'm up to Prospero Burns, and I'm already sick of. I've got through like 1 chapter, and I'm sick of hearing about Space Wolves.
Oh
I
yeah, no, Prospero
do
Burn.
not like them at all.
No,
I was going to say, why
and,
did you pick up
and,
that
and the thing
book?
is, like,
Because
that's
it's
also
the next
written
one
by
I was up
Abnett.
to.
Like Abnett wrote that book, and like him struggling to make Space Wolves likable is.
Look,
It means they're really fucking unlikable because he is fucking Abnett. He's the War Master.
But
I
the big
find
thing, like,
Space Wolves, they're just so.
Dick. They're
Ugh.
dicks.
No, it's
they
not
are.
that they're dicks.
but-
They're just
Is that dicks?
they're so
They are.
boring. They're like
Well, you better take your wolf in your wolf gun and say the wolf, the
they
wolf
just put
brothers,
wolf in the front of
go.
And then you the wolf there. Praise the
We'll all
great
have a
wolf.
wolf drink together, and then we'll go play with the actual wolves outside.
And then we'll wolf the wolf and wolfers.
like
Before you
There
get to
is
be a
too much
wolf,
shit.
you have to
There
go
is
out
too
and
much
get a wolf.
bullshit. And those helmets did not fucking help it. Like those helmets did not fucking help. Oh god, those
At least-
shit helmets.
Would you have preferred the beaky helmets?
yes,
I mean, yes,
yes. Let's be
yes,
honest.
obviously.
The answer is yes.
The beakies are the best boys. But also, they showed when they're doing that, they showed like Iron Warriors in Mark 6 armor, and Iron Warriors literally never had Mark 6 armor because they were like, "Hey, Purdy, go try this out," and he was like, "Haha, get fucked! Give it to this fucking Raven guard." Not this. I don't want this puny fucking stealthy shit. I want fucking strong shit. Hence why they wore Mark II like the entire heresy.
It's good stuff. It worked.
It's like,
Don't-
yeah, but
And did
it's weak if you attack it from behind. But just don't get attacked from behind. Problem solved, cover.
You can't improve on perfection.
Exactly.
There's some holes in the stories.
Always. Oh, really? GW law has holes in it? I am shocked.
Look, they like their law like they like their rules.
Everything is
Half
canon,
written.
not everything is true. That's just
Yeah.
Honestly, though, that is one of the best, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't remember words. I think one of the best excuses for law inconsistencies I've ever heard. It's like, well, the Black Light, technically a lot of this stuff is from the Imperium's perspective, and
Oh,
Yeah,
like
how
the
much of it is
Tau not
propaganda?
being fish.
All
exactly.
of it. It's all propaganda.
Yes.
Especially
How much of it is propaganda? Yes.
Was it's
with,
like
with
a
the exception of the infinite and the divine, which is 100% fact.
Oh, that is 100% fact.
I really need
But
to
see, it's
read
like
that
Tau
one.
players being defensive when you call them fish, because that's what the Imperium have named them, not what they actually are.
No, they are fish.
They are fish because of
They're
third
fish.
edition.
If
The
they
fish
didn't
of
want to be called,
fury.
if they didn't want to be called fish, why'd they call their vehicles after all manner of fish?
Correct.
Checkmate.
I mean,
Exactly.
What do you,
Checkmate liberals.
I mean, I don't know why they called it a devil's fish. They just could have called it like a sardine can.
It's not.
we need backup. Call in the John West.
Yeah, that's what I say. That. Green seas, the green seas detachment.
We've only got the shit legion left. Bring in the black and gold.
I guarantee you there's going to be a Tau player who's going to name all of their devil fish after those different sardine cans.
Oh, they
Look,
need to.
I
They
think
need to.
Someone should.
It's better. I need to see this. I need to see a
Look,
fucking
no, guys.
like tuna and salmon themed fucking Tau army.
If we
Like
play our
brand
cards
themed.
right, we can
sushi
get
thing,
Reese
yeah.
to start playing Tau and paint them all like John West fish cans.
See, I don't want Reese to play Tau because if Reese plays Tau, we're all probably gonna fucking die.
Nope, because I'll start playing squats.
But no, we are not gonna die because no one will play against you because that army's fucking broken.
Do the,
That's the only
do
thing
railguns
squats
still
are going to
ignore
lose.
invulnerables?
Was that?
What's that?
Do railguns still ignore invulnerables?
Railguns do, but they don't have exploding damage.
Mm.
Not exploding damage, spillover. Which
Which is gross and
Dwarves
stupid.
do.
and
not squat railguns have, which is just
broken.
And there's strength 9, AP 3 or 4.
no, that'd be 4.
Oh, you know what would be interesting?
That's the thing. Is like, that's why I said today. It's like, you take them against custodians, it's fucking dead custodians.
Put
Just
they
put
not
3
a-
squads in. You need to put 3 squads. Put a couple of railguns in there. I'm fouling 6 up saves. Fucking dead.
They get they get worse because there is a league trait that specifically gives an extra AP
Oh, for fuck's
army-wise
sake!
for everything. You won't
Why?
even get a save.
I don't get a save. It's just dead fucking custodians.
Fair
Yeah.
and legal.
And like 2 of them every shot.
Look,
But not only this, like you can fit like 10 of those easy and start to give re-rolls. You can start to give
It's great.
extra
Yeah, like,
shots. The
I mean-
so
cons.
dumb.
Oh, I'm absolutely
Troops,
getting
but
one of
you-
my friends in Sydney into 40k now. He's been putting it off so long. As soon as he heard there was Space Dwarves coming, because he used to play dwarves in Oldhammer.
Space Dwarfs! Related to that, I basically told the guys, I'm like, we're not playing 40k anymore. We're going to we're playing Warhammer Fantasy, and I'm just going to throw skeletons at you. Just
Look, that's
skeletons and
fine.
zombies. That's all you have.
I have demons now. That's
Suffer.
perfectly acceptable.
If they could just bring back the old world sooner rather than later, that would make me a very happy
I
man.
would not be surprised if the old world was next year.
I just want old ones back.
You're not getting the fucking frogs.
No, it's not happening.
That's all I want. Magical frogs on big
Look,
old stone
if you're
stools.
getting,
That's it.
If you're
You're
getting
not
an
getting
army of
Toad Hitler.
magic frogs, I want an army of nothing but Satan.
Magic frogs
The
is what
thing-
got Donald Trump elected. Are you sure that's what you want?
The man raises a good point. He
Look,
raises
we
a very
can't,
good
we
point.
can't fault that. But what if
Now I have to green stuff 2 pages. Great.
we put
What the
the pre-release NIDS book up against the new squats?
Squats still win.
Squats still win?
Got to take them out. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong.
Ooh, it would be close.
Yep.
We could just put a Maliceptor right in the middle of it and everybody's dead. But the Maliceptor will... Ooh, actually, that's a good point. The Maliceptor wouldn't... Ooh.
Can't win with
Maliceptor
anything better than a
would-
4.
Because the Magna Rails are only going to wound them on, like...
Ah.
Well, they got, yeah, everything's Leviathan,
no.
so you can only wound them on 4s.
No. You're missing the point. You don't have to. If they get 3 judgment tokens on 4+ to hit, it auto wounds as a 6. Gone.
I can see.
D3 plus 3 damage per shot.
I am selling my armies. You get to sell half painted, half assembled army on my behalf, Cal. We are never
No.
talking of this again.
I just got basing parts.
You still haven't
To put on-
fucking assembled
gonna
the whole
base them.
fucking army, cunt.
I don't need to put them on my clown bases.
Oh, I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. You fucking dog.
Oh, look, it's not
But this
nearly
is what
as
we're
bad.
saying. Like, as far as raw books, it's squats have taken it easily.
Each
Like-
time an enemy unit destroys a Votan unit from your army, you get a judgment token because everybody getting grudged. If they successfully complete an action or psychic action, everybody getting grudged. And at the end of each of your opponent's turns, you can select one enemy unit within range of the objective marker that your opponent controls, and you better believe they're getting grudged.
But hang on.
The damage
Everyone
cry
they get
reigns
grudged.
supreme.
Psychic, you're giving out grudge tokens. Your warlord, if it's the one-off Khan, he gives out judgment tokens. There is another league's trait that gives out a judgment token pre-game to every single enemy unit.
Oh, that's so fucked.
But
I'm just
wait.
The judgment tokens about 6's auto wounds, 2,
Mhm.
5+ auto wounds,
There's a
and
strat
then
to give your
3,
entire
4+
army
auto
an
wounds, and yeah, it does say any auto wounds. If attack automatically wounds a target as a result of this ability, then for the purposes of any other rules that are triggered on a particular rune wall, it's counted as a 6.
Look, I'm
That
feeling
is-
pretty disappointed
that is-
about this.
That is actively fucked. That is
You better
actively
believe
fucked.
that scored in the book, laddie.
Yeah, best believe that's going to fucking damage content. Starts riding furiously.
Look, all
But
I have to
it's
say about it
instantly
is
broken.
we're all gonna
It is
die.
broken. Like,
We are.
No,
No, we're not, because
none
the
of us
fact
are
that
going to buy
previous-
squads.
None of us are playing against them.
And if someone's like, I'm going to play squads, like, cool. We are now reverse Tomb Kings, and every single person, you have a negative 500 point handicap.
That's fine because the battle report that I watched at the end, 2,000 point game, meta list, meta players, sisters were basically tabled
That's
by T5.
gross.
There was half of one unit left,
Perfectly
compared
fair
to
and
squats who had 1,500 points worth of models still on the table.
I'm offended. I am deeply
Only
offended.
one actual unit, one complete unit was removed, and that's because it was a single character unit. That was it. Everything else still had at least half starting strength.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There was just nothing that this guy could do about it, and he was a Meta Sisters player. Like, we're not talking.
Yeah, like the Meta Sisters that are really strong.
Yeah, like we're not talking like us kind of casual guys that just talk shit for half the game. We're talking about actual people that go and compete in multi-person events.
Yeah, that's not me.
And it just absolutely crushed them. I was terrified after watching it.
Look,
if GW don't do something, game's broken.
To be perfectly fair, though, squats have not won a game in over 30 years.
They just did.
They're gonna. Yeah,
They just
they're
did.
gonna make up. They're gonna make up for that in the next 4 months by winning every game since.
Yep, and
it's like every game they're in, they win.
No, even games they're not in, they still win.
Yeah,
is that time for a reckoning?
The only way a squat
Some old bloke with a
lose
beard
if it's another squat arm.
Look, the squats are going to be the new Death Strike missile. Just call up a GW store like, I want to put some squats on the table.
Have you guys got a turtle tank? Bring it in.
Put it on the board, boy. I think we should annoy our new guest with many questions, as he is clearly some sort of fucking loyalist.
Look,
How do you feel about the Queen's passing?
Oh, let's not go there.
I'm actually really sad about it. I liked Under Pressure. I liked We Are the Champions.
Good band.
Good answer.
Fun fact about Under Pressure: did you know that Bowie and Queen never performed it while Freddie was alive? Obviously,
did you know that? Did you know the highest rank it went on the charts was when Vanilla Ice used it?
Yes, it's
wonderful.
Very, very strange. But yeah, like even recording, they didn't act. They weren't even in the fucking same studio.
Yep.
Yeah. And then obviously Freddie died, and then Queen and fucking Bowie performed it since, and then obviously now no one's performing it because Bowie's dead.
Look, I think everyone, just like how Zach's strategy to win is just roll sixes, everyone just needs to stop dying.
I mean, that's why I play the armies I play. Because I can't roll dice.
When you see the Grim Reaper coming around, just say no. Legally, he can't take your life without your consent.
Exactly. It's fine.
Oh, we don't talk about the Grim Reaper here. We do not care for the Nightbringer.
The Nightbringer is incredible and loves to hug Mortarion.
He loves
the Nightbringer is now going to be shot in one turn when squats ignore wound caps.
Oh yeah, they'll find something.
Hey, what now?
Yeah, look, they're broken.
I'm reading the leaks on Blood of Kittens at the moment, and I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure I will find it.
Look, Zach looks for that. I'm still upset that they already have stopped me from just deep striking a Blood Altar into the middle of the battlefield and then piling my entire army of corn demons out of it.
One little section out of the FAQ.
Oh wait, no, they did the same thing with the fucking tree as well, didn't they? Technically, the tree doesn't do that either.
Well, now anything in a fortification slot counts as being terrain.
Now it looks like it's just
stooping but that's demons. What the keywords are for. Like, does terrain keyword now no longer really have a use because that rule is in there?
Maybe.
What do you mean terrain keyword? The fuck are you talking
about?
There is.
There's a keyword, terrain.
Of course there's a keyword, terrain. Oh, fuck off. 4-inch range to everything except relics.
Army-wide.
Army-wide.
I think Zach just
everything
needs to
that has a 2+
save
gets a 4+ invuln. And everything else that doesn't has a 5+ invuln. This is
Zach's rage quitting.
Guess what? Everything that's not a true that means that
Everything has a
fucking
4-up
turtle tank-
invuln.
So
Those
for all
turtle
of our
tanks have a
viewers,
4-up invuln.
if you're interested in a cheap Death Guard and Custodes army,
Custodes army. I'm willing to give it to you. It's 4,000, about 4,600 points of Death Guard, and literally 2,000 points of Custodes. I'll give them to you for about $1,200. Ancestral Judgment. Each time this model with this custom, excluding a cog model, makes a ranged attack.
wait,
if the target
Cog?
has
No, this is what
Cog
are they
is like-
crossing over with fucking Gears of
they've
War
got-
now?
no, they've got fucking robots.
Yeah.
They've got AdMech,
Yeah.
but better.
I don't know.
Because they're space dwarfs. +1 AP. Yeah.
I already made that joke
um,
with the Gears of War, and just put chainsaws on the end of all of the sluggers.
+1 toughness, army wide. What the fuck?
Aren't they already like toughness 4 or 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're just taking everyone's rules but better.
Don't
And then
Um,
switch them
Great
into one
Infuriate
faction.
Leave.
wait.
models
They
with this
don't have
custom-
-1 damage as well, do they?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Models with this custom, excluding cog models, count as 2 models of Lobsec, so they're Custodes. Each time this unit, a unit with this custom
Except,
is shoot a
unlike
fight,
Custodes,
you
they
reroll 1
actually
hit
have
or wound
Lobsec.
roll. They're fucking Custodes. Oh, I didn't talk about the ancestral judgment. So for the cunts, everything is T6. If they have no judgment tokens, they are considered to have 1 judgment token. And the other
Okay,
one is
0 equals 1
anytime
now.
you
Okay.
attack a card that has 1 or more judgment tokens, they have 1 more judgment token than they actually have. We then have the blokes what are like. Each time a model makes an attack, and if it's below if that model's unit is below starting strength, +1 to hit, because everybody getting grudged, and unmodified wounds of 6 are +1 AP. That's kind of shit.
Which means you can very easily get weapons that are 6 AP.
Yes, because this game is cursed. An
That
ancestral
seems fair
judgment.
and legal.
Say all of these things, cog cunts don't get it. Reroll wounds if you have a judgment token.
I feel like I'm definitely going to need that -1+ save on my Grey Knights.
You actually
But
need
wait-
that -1+ save to get a fucking 4+ save. Or 5+
But-
save, rather.
Kill me.
Wait for it. Now you're losing out in points because if they kill something with a judgment token, that is one of their secondaries.
I
Oh,
know!
of course it is.
Why wouldn't it be?
Look, I think they're going to put a cap on how many judgment tokens they can hand out.
Well, at the moment, what I reckon is going to happen is because judgment tokens you don't actually lose, they shift them. I reckon it's going to be like a one and done kind of thing.
Like
Like-
Michael Arts.
Basically, yeah. Or even that if they cap it, at the end of the round, all the judgment tokens go, and then you have to build them back up again.
Like, yes, we get it. They're dwarfs. They're fucking angry. They got the great book. Everybody's getting grudged. But like,
Dwarves have been upset
yeah.
since Legolas asked to Gimli if he needed a box.
yeah,
That's what started this whole thing.
that's not everything.
That is where the grudge has started.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Warlord traits. Plus the range to command phase abilities to a maximum of 12, 3 inches of auras to a maximum of 12. Reroll wounds in melee. Ignores any
Wait for it.
rules to ignore rules. Great. A long list. Each time this warlord makes a range attack, no light cover. Each time you select a target of this warlord, you ignore lookout, sir. If for any that has judgment tokens. At the end of the phase, if an enemy is destroyed by a league unit from your army, select one enemy unit that is visible as warlord, and you get a judgment token. Right. Guild affiliates. In your command phase, you can select one friendly league core within 6 inches. To the Silence command phase, Hobsec. It's a bit weird, but okay. Unrelenting Toil, Aura. Any league core within 6 inches can shoot without the action failing. I guess that's not
a bunch
terrible,
of factions have that.
but they have amazing shooting, so that'll probably happen a lot more. And Grim Demeanor, within a league core within 6 inches, ignore any and all modifiers to leadership. Sorry,
Fuck.
Cal. And ignore any and all modifiers to
Just
combat
This shit
attrition.
again.
No.
As they should be.
This is important. I have officially made Bananas run.
Yes, he.
Oh, yeah, that
yes,
happened.
on the weekends. On Sunday, he made
Two.
two bananas.
Two
run.
of them ran away.
It was expensive for him.
From a fucking worth it moral victory.
Absolutely worth it.
It was, and it took
If
like
I-
3 turns, but it
Look,
happened.
if I start playing in the meta now, I only need to take a certificate that says that I have done this,
Made
and there's another
bananas
10 points
run.
every time.
Yeah, bonus
Yeah.
10 points.
Like honestly though, how that has, I've never seen it happen with all the battle reports I've watched.
I mean, shit, I've never seen it happen before they got Leadership 11.
How many
Yeah.
models were in that unit to start with?
5.
Oh, it's not even a big one.
No.
No.
To be fair, there was two incredibly unlucky rolls. It just
it
had
was
to be
very
6 and
unlucky.
6.
It was, I literally rolled a 6 and a 6. It was fucked.
Oh, so it's
But
me
it
with a
still
Corn Demon
happened.
Prince then.
Yes, no, we don't talk about your common Demon Prince that is so super strong that he almost died to a single banana.
Look, we don't talk about that. Look, I think I'm just going to take a Corn Demon Prince in the Demon's Codex so it actually gets a demon save.
Yes.
Yeah, but then
I
you
mean-
lose kind of all the fun parts of them though.
No, you don't. You don't at all lose all the fun parts of him.
Speaking of,
Yeah, different fun parts.
some gentleman has just informed me that we were talking about this a little earlier tonight because some of the competitive players have tried to convince me that you can
that's-
take
Yeah,
no,
Madden,
yes, that I was waiting for
Bloodthirst.
that.
So basically,
Oh.
they're telling me to take a full Demon's detachment with Be'lakor and a Bloodthirster, and then put a Baden into a Supreme Command detachment,
No.
and you don't lose Battleforge.
Yes, you do.
Now there's another gentleman that's chimed in and said yes, because it is for any Chaos army. This is not correct.
It's not.
How are competitive players backing this? And there's multiple comments that are supporting this. And
I mean, to be fair, competitive players are known for taking
Taking the
they-
absolute piss and cheating.
Yeah, they'll go. I think that words mean the opposite of what they actually mean. So therefore, I can do this.
The only concession I will give them is meta players have never actually written their own list. It's only been a copy pasta from what they found won the last GT.
Yeah,
So
It's
maybe they're
someone else has
confused.
done all the hard work for them.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think I understand the idea behind what they're saying, but the problem that they have
It's not correct.
is they're wrong.
They're wrong.
So before I start making my arguments, I need to quickly read a rule because I think we've had a similar discussion before with regards to traveling players.
Yes.
The same argument could be made. However, it is a bit clearer. So traveling players says very similar things. It starts the same. If your army is battleforged, one Harlequin's patrol detachment in your army can have this ability. A detachment with this ability is ignored for any mission pack rules that require every unit in your army to have at least one faction keyword in common, e.g. the Eternal War mission pack. But it clarifies. This means you can, for example, include Harlequin's patrol detachment as a part of an Asciani or Drukhari for army.
Yes.
Harlequin's units within such a detachment are excluded when determining your army faction and when determining whether your army has a certain keyword or ability.
But you know what doesn't have that? The
Abaddon?
Chaos book and the Demon book.
Neither of those things have that. I mean, look, he has the rule where he's like, if your army is battleforged, this model is your warlord. Then one of it's similar.
But you
I think Be'lakor has the same.
You run
thing,
into
but
the issue. You run into the issue 5 words in Battleforged.
Yeah, but then you go back to the same thing with the Harlequins things. I don't think that's the best basis for the argument.
Well, it's better than the other argument of because demon detachment for allies relies on power level that you ignore their points cost and
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
that's funny.
an extra 25
I mean, that's so
points.
obviously wrong, but
Well,
funny.
from now on, I'm taking 2,000 points of Iron Warriors plus another 500 points of Demons.
No.
No,
Power level.
another 25%. So somewhere around 25. No, it'd be somewhere around 50 power.
So yeah,
And
I have maxed out. I've maxed out
Wait. I
these
don't.
4 with
Ooh.
chaos.
You guys have the
Ooh.
book.
I do have
don't
the book.
have the
Yes.
book. I
We
don't know if
need-
it's missing from the Warhammer app, which wouldn't fucking surprise me. Where is Bellacor's rule saying that he has to be the warlord?
Disciples of Bellicor, page 128 from memory.
I don't have the book.
Not having the book, you better believe that's going in the book.
I fucking love dwarfs. Dwarfs are the best.
Can you tell I've been playing a lot of Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires recently?
Oh mate, how good is it?
I'm knee deep in it. It's only the beta.
And I'm guessing you've been playing a lot of fucking Grimgor. Not Grimgor, so Thorgrim, that's the one.
Yes.
I mean,
Wait.
Belligar and
Just slow down for a sec. Shut up, Zach.
what's his name? Angry old grumpy old rune
Zach, I
Angry
will
Ron?
mute you.
Thoric.
Yeah, he is fine. Grombrindle, I haven't played him yet.
If
Sorry, Johnny, you want to say?
if they're doing it as an army of renowned disciples of Bellicor, how are they taking a bloodthirster?
They can't.
Well, technically,
So they have to be taking it. No, they can't.
They can't.
They literally cannot.
Third bullet point. You cannot
wait,
include
wait.
any greater demon.
So it's not Disciples of
Yeah,
Bellicor, which means they can't bring the other detachment of Chaos Space Marines.
That's what I'm saying. That's just another level of.
They're just fucking wrong. Anyway,
Look, if they're worse than
But see-
Cal. Cal would get like halfway through the number of bullet points. This is the third bullet point out of like 9 bullet points.
Oh, look, for them to be able to do.
that's less than half.
That is less than half. That's how maths works.
But this is what I'm saying though. Like, there's just so many levels of.
Wrong.
They haven't read any of the souping abilities, the battle forge abilities, and just dead wrong of what Supreme Command attachments do. It's
Supreme Command
none of this
attachments
makes sense.
are
Are still bound by standard
let's-
battle forged rules in relation to faction keywords.
so
Exactly,
Supreme
because they're still in the army.
Yeah, Supreme Command attachments are all well and good, but they're mostly there for Primarchs. By Primarchs, I mean Demon Primarchs, because they are obviously Lords of War. Abaddon, but if you're in a situation like this, where you want to take Bellicor with several HQs,
It's not happening.
he doesn't have a HQ slot because you could take him in a Supreme Command attachment. Or Abaddon with Chaos Space Marines. You can't fucking...
Yeah, and the reverse issue is if you were going to put Bellicor into a Supreme Command, he specifically does not get Agent of Chaos.
Typically does not get Agent of Chaos.
It is specifically said this does not apply to Bellicor.
Disciples of Bellicor, is that a Demon's Army of Renown, or is
Yeah,
it a
it's a
Chaos Space Marines Army of Renown?
Chaos Demons.
Should be both. It's an army of renown that
Yes.
insert capsules.
But
Well, no,
it's in the
it
Demons book.
says in the
It's in the Demon's
yeah,
Codex.
says-
Well, it's not.
yeah,
This is why I need to buy the fucking book, because it's not on the fucking app. Imagine my shock.
I know.
it's on
Um,
Battlescribe if you want to click on.
No,
if you want to
I
make a
don't.
list.
I don't want to do that.
But I mean, look, you can't do it. What they're saying, you just can't do. You can't take. For starters, you can't take.
Well, actually, no. I can
Bellator
read on.
with
I
a
can
great
read it
hit.
on Wikipedia, because apparently, from what I understand, they did not fucking change the Army of Renown at all in any way, shape, or form. It's the same. Your warlord must be Bellicor.
Yep.
It's not even. It's like your warlord has. If this army is the army, your warlord has to be Bellicor. If you have another, no,
unless
your warlord is Bellicor. Done. So. I mean, yes, maybe if they're bringing a Demon's detachment, okay, you can make the argument.
No, you can't,
But-
because the issue there is Bellicor and a Bloodthirster is 37 play points, power level.
No. The issue there is you can't take
Fuck.
Bellicor in the Disciples of Bellicor Army of Renown with a
But it's
Bloodthirster.
not.
It says it right
Jono,
there on the
it's not a
third
Disciples
dot
of
point.
Bellicor army. It's not about Disciples of Bellicor army.
Yeah.
If it is a Disciples of Bellicor army, you are 100% correct.
Okay, but
Yes.
if it's not a Disciples of Bellicor
Fuck!
army, then you can't soup it with
They may be right.
Chaos Space Marines without
They might-
the 25% power rule.
They may be no, but they can.
No, they can't.
But it doesn't know because fuck.
Because what?
Come on.
I need someone to just one of you send me the photo in the book where it says in a normal fucking demons list, Be'lakor has to be the warlord. And tell me it doesn't say the same thing where it says if you have two models that have this rule, one of them has to be the warlord. Because if it says that, they're right.
Look, that will be in here. Oh, no, they are technically correct.
They're
because
right.
Remember,
They're not wrong. They're right.
GW did not finish writing that rule. That's the rule that says if you include Be'lakor, he has to be a warlord unless they no. If you have a greater demon, they have to be your warlord unless Be'lakor.
Be'lakor. Unless Be'lakor.
And that was it. No, that was it. They didn't finish writing the rule. This is what we were talking about the other week. They didn't finish writing the rule, and people
right.
oh my.
They're right. No, look, they're right because.
Well, I'm lost.
So, Be'lakor does not specifically have a rule saying he has to be the warlord. And Abaddon has a rule saying that if he is your warlord, he gains the Agent of Chaos keyword, which means he doesn't break army-wide detachment rules. He doesn't break Battleforged if you are mixing things. You can bring on Abaddon with an entire army of fucking demons.
Because
and Be'lakor.
Commander.
Interesting.
Who would like to have a game with me on the weekend?
Uninstall yourself. Yeah.
Look, no, I intend to be charging Zax Mortarion with Pink Horrors this weekend.
You
will definitely not do that. I will probably
do
not do that. If I am going to be charging Mortarion again, it would probably be one Corn Demon Prince.
How many?
A unit of Bloodletters, a unit of Demonettes, a unit of Warp Talons.
If I am going to charge Mortarion, it's going to be half my army.
And that's after I put 2 Demolisher Cannons and a Forge Fiend into him.
But wait, John will be stopping past James Workshop's place to pick up a couple of units of Flamers.
Look.
Oh, yeah, Flamers of Zinch is sick.
All I got to say on the matter is...
You know what else is pretty sick? Nurgle.
Wow.
But all I got to say is, I don't care. Like, they got all these fancy fucking rules and fancy fucking demon weapons and fancy fucking ignores this and ignores that. Mortarion is still one of the toughest cunts in the fucking game.
He is very tough.
Although
you know what's not tough and does not matter even in the slightest anymore? Plague Burst Crawlers.
Anything that's not a...
Yes, however, Plague Burst Crawlers are 145 points.
Yeah, but also, in my game against Chris on the weekend, I ignored them the entire game and they did nothing.
Yeah, you must be wrong.
They were just being spiteful.
They killed
you were ignoring them, they ignored you.
They killed 1 Legionnaire.
Well, there's a quote like that from Mass Effect 2, I believe. Warlord O'Keir. I'm going to Google it to get the exact wording.
Oh, you killed somebody? That's a judgment token.
I'm banning judgment tokens. Where's the bleeping button? I'm just gonna censor you every time you say the word judgment token.
So he's referring to a genetic curse that reduces the reproductive rate of his species. And it's basically
Sorry, what? I feel like I blacked out and missed something.
Yeah,
here.
no, just sort of was like, with the character that he's referring to, I shall inflict upon the genophage the worst insult an enemy can receive: to be ignored. And it's fucking true.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, you know what?
Look, you know what I determined was a greater threat and of more need of being dealt with than those 2 Plague Burst crawlers?
Judgment
Literally
token.
everything else.
Literally everything else, but specifically a Rhino, which I decided I'm going to surround that with demons and then chop it open, and then you're going to have a fun time trying to pile out. But my demonettes failed their 6-inch charge, which meant half of the Rhino was still exposed when it got chopped open.
And thus, 10
That was
freaking
unfortunate.
Plague Marines with close combat weapons fell out of it.
I need you guys to settle something for me. So
No, I
obviously it looks like I'm a loyalist, and that's technically true. I'm a guard player, but I've been building a Black Templars army. If I were to go with Chaos Space Marines, and I am rather tempted at the moment, should I go with Iron Warriors because I just love shooty armies and I love the aesthetic,
Yes.
and
Just
or should I go with Emperor's Children because I just want to be able to blast a Serbian film main theme on like 11.
Wow.
look,
Shit got dark real fucking quick right there.
definitely do that, but mainly
Um,
because I already have I've already laid claim to the Iron Warriors. So
Look,
So
um,
I'm
children
of,
sounds mad.
I have plans in place to begin
You don't have plans. You never have plans.
No, I only have plans. I should fucking play Thousand Suns and Zinch Demons because everything is plans.
Just as planned.
Exactly. Never fucking achieve anything, but everything is just as planned. So I dropped
and then
the
it
fucking
changes, and I
lid
have to
for
paint
my
bananas.
thing.
Look,
And
can,
then, yeah,
can we
you have to
just
paint
address
bananas.
the elephant in the room? Why did Zinch get all of the hentai tentacles? That seems like such a Slanesh thing.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Well, if you go off Grimdank, apparently all the Thousand Sons of femboys.
They can't be because they're
They're
made of
dust.
that they're dust. They're fucking suits of armor.
Yeah,
They
but
are
you
magically enchanted
They are
armor.
vaguely sentient suits of armor.
yeah,
They are
but
dry
try
as a
telling
space
me.
nun.
Look,
Try
it's hard.
telling them that.
It is. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much impossible. It's like we have all of these traitor legions, and out of Emperor's children and Thousand Sons, it is obviously the Thousand Sons that are femboys.
Yep, that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
No one
Yeah,
ever
so-
accused the fandom of being coherent in any way.
Well, I mean, they think that the town communists for one thing.
The Tower fucking communists.
They're not fucking communists. It's a fucking caste society, for fuck's sake.
Oh, it sets him up
Okay,
every
but-
time.
But to answer the question originally, would you prefer to stand back and shoot or run at something full speed and shoot?
I
Yes.
love standing back and shooting.
Iron Warriors is
Iron
your
Warriors.
fellow then.
Mm.
Look,
I mean, out of
Warriors
respect to
are mad.
Jono, I probably won't, but I do love the idea of obliterators and a big F-off basilisk.
Oh, I've been trying to tell this cunt
Oh,
to buy fucking Legion Basilisk and Legion Medusae for fucking years. And it's like, yeah, but there's no rules. I'm like, bruh, just take the guard rules and add Space Marine ballistic skill. Problem solved.
We would allow
We
it.
will allow this because it's fluffy, and fluffiness is very important.
And also,
Um,
Trader Guard are coming, so that may actually be
they're
a
not
thing.
coming.
They're
I
coming.
want them
There's
to
already
be
a box.
coming.
I want them to be coming, but they're not coming.
There's already a model box release
Look,
for
It
it.
doesn't
It's
matter.
free.
That's the model box of Blackstone
You know-
Fortress, mate.
You
Come
know
on, guys.
what?
After just talking about Emperor's Children, can you really say that over and over again like you just did?
What?
Something they're coming. Jizz everywhere. Look, okay, but however, we must remember, Space Marines are functionally asexual. They have no sexual desire whatsoever. So they're not coming ever. Like, whenever you see a book talking about, like, them breaking down into orgiastic hedonism, it's never sexual. Like, even in Fulgrim, when the,
It's just a noise orgy.
was it...
Unless you're a space wolf, laddie.
Matt, there
And
is...
you've got your wolf organ because your Primarch's such a chad.
Wow.
Hey, a
Wow.
fucking Primarch is a way fucking Chad, innit? Oh, aye.
Look, I
You can't be fucked with that syllabus shite.
just as long as
Nah.
fucking
But, yeah,
the
they're
line
not
is the
fucking...
next one to come back because I I can't handle Space Wolves being a thing ever.
The Lion will be the one that comes back.
Yeah, it
and
won't be
I
the
really,
plan next. Yeah.
I really hope that they go, well, the Lion, like, they're going to go, like, yeah. I mean, I know what they're going to do. They're going to be like, well, the Lion believes in loyalty, so he's going to serve this piece of shit Imperium that fucking is everything against the Emperor wished. When in reality, the Lion would take one look. Like, Gilliman's a pragmatist. He goes, this is fucked. This is everything that my father hated. But humanity must survive. I will do what
And
I
he gave
must.
me this sweet sword.
He gave me this sweet fucking Bernie sword, baby. The Lion will go, this is everything the Emperor hated. I'm going to kill everyone.
Or he'll go over to Imperium Nihilus and somehow still leave Dante in control. While Dante's just screaming like the cupcake from the
Please,
Astaf movie.
kill
Why
me!
won't you let me die?
Why won't you let me die? Promotion.
Going back to Trader Guard, like, we've established that Trader Guard aren't coming back, but I certainly hope they do, because there's one thing I would love to see: Blood Pact.
Oh yeah, Blood Pact would be so cool.
Look,
that'd be so cool.
I
mean,
just
we
want to
have
be able to
models,
soup as
don't
many different chaos
we?
things together as possible.
There's isn't there a Forge World model for one of their creations?
Probably.
In only the best resin ever created by science.
The best resin.
I love it how third-party, like, bootleg Forge World resin is better quality than actual
really
Forge
is.
World resin.
It's depressing.
I would need rather a filament printed model than to have to deal with fine cast.
Look, I would rather just not have fine cast models ever.
So going back to Blood Pact, I think they'd fill a niche that would be, I guess, in a corn army, you want to play it, run everything at your enemy and just go and just slice and dice, obviously. But it'd be nice
with clowns.
No one cares about the fucking clowns.
Except for when they're fighting custodes and killing all of them.
But I'd love to see the Blood Pact bring a different kind of cornate energy that is focused on providing a little bit of covering fire and all of that sort of thing.
I mean, that's the thing.
That's
Is
what the
like
multi cannons are for.
People do
And
tend
skull
to
cannon.
assume that corn is all about rip and tear until it's done.
Which he is, but there's more to it.
But he also is
Kind
all
of.
blood and skulls. Corn cares
I
not
think-
from whence the blood flows, only
Yes.
it flows. Doesn't
And
mean
then
if you chop a cunt, you can shoot a cunt too.
And that's the thing. Corn wants the blood. It's specifically world eaters that want to rip and tear, and
Because they've got the
fuck
butcher's
it up.
nails.
Yeah, because they're
They have nails
they're
in their
fucking
brain.
pants on head insane.
You're
gonna be
getting
as sore as I
not the
am.
way that I am.
Anyway, guys,
because there's
we need to wrap up now as we are over time, and I have got to be up at 5:30 tomorrow
you stupid fuck.
because I hate everything.
You're not
including
going.
myself.
Let's be real. You're not going to the office. You're lying.
I am.
You're not.
I am.
Goodbye for.
Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. We apologize for anything Zach said that was offensive, as always, because everything he ever says is offensive to someone. And
Please,
we are
please
going to
contact
continue,
hr@ordnancewargaming.com.au.
and we will continue making this joke about Zach every single week because we find it amusing. Anyway, press the subscribe button, then press the real subscribe button. I ripped that off from someone else, and I am not going to apologize for it even slightly. And we will see you next time. Goodbye forever. Never talk to me again.
Goodbye, our queen.